guys, welcome back to CarTalk Sri Lanka. So today we have a 1997 Toyota Hilux and I'm going to do a short review of this and then we will go for a POV drive. So starting off with weather, as you can see it's quite rainy today, but weather is not something we can control, right? So we focus on the things we are able to control. So let's start with the engine. So unfortunately, since it's raining, I can't open the hood. But under the hood, we have a 3-liter 4-cylinder diesel engine which makes about 91 horsepower and 188 newton meters of torque. And that is paired to a 5-speed manual transmission. And this is obviously a 4x4. So keep in mind this is not the turbo variant. So when you accelerate you can feel that it's not as quick as a turbo engine, but it is adequate enough for most of the people. So in terms of the looks, I like these old designs a lot more compared to new designs because I think the new designs look like tech gadgets. For example, if you take a look at the latest BMW 5 Series and compare it to an old 5 Series, the old ones look so much meaner and aggressive. But in terms of the Hilux, I even like the new design but just happen to love the old design a lot more. Let's move to the brakes. So in the front we get disc brakes and in the rear we get drum brakes. How would they perform? Let's find out that in the POV drive. So let me quickly go to the back seat so that you guys can get an idea about the leg space and headroom. So this is how the back looks like, and let's quickly sit here. So yeah, this is how much space I have for my legs, and the headroom seems okay, but if you are a very tall person you wouldn't be able to fit here comfortably. So now let's quickly go to the back. So as you can see, this Hilux also has a canopy, and when I initially heard this is having a canopy I thought it's going to ruin the back looks, but it seems like I'm wrong because even with the canopy it looks so much better. And this has a payload capacity of around 800 kilograms. So this is the fuel cap, and this Hilux has a fuel tank capacity of 66 liters, and in terms of fuel efficiency you can expect somewhere around 8 kilometers per liter in town, and when you go on long distance journeys you can expect it to be somewhere around 12 kilometers per liter. So let me quickly grab my GoPro so that we can start with the POV drive.
So let's get on with the POV drive. Okay, so this is Lahiru. Say hi, Lahiru.
Hi, Buddhima.
Shout out to him for letting us driving his beautiful Hilux. So the plan is we are going to go initially towards the city so that you can get an idea about the city driving, and then we are going to head to the Parliament Road so that you can get an idea about the highway speeds. So let's get on with it. It's down there. And where's my phone? Oh, yes. Checking the view one more time. It's fine. Earlier they didn't charge anything, but now apparently they're charging. We can make a U-turn from here.
Yes.
So I'm also driving this for the first time. So initially you notice that there's a lot of road noise that you can feel. And it's a diesel, so you can hear a little bit of the engine noise as well. But something I have noticed is that the gearbox is really easy to handle. The clutch is not too hard, not too grabby, and it's really easy to change gears. So I don't see an issue even when you are driving this in heavy traffic, unless otherwise, of course, you are not familiar with manual transmission. And even when you are going over rough surface like we are going now, you don't feel bumps a lot, but you will feel the thud. And when you are going over a pothole, you will feel them up to some level, but it's not terrible by any means. For example, in my last POV drive, I think I drove a Mahindra Bolero, and in that truck you feel a lot of bumps, but here it's a lot more subtle. So let's try to make a U-turn from here. We can also get an idea about the turning radius of the vehicle. So yeah, not so bad. I thought it would be, I would have to turn twice, but managed to make it in one turn. And as far as brakes are concerned, we have got disc brakes in the front and drum brakes in the rear. And they're not as sharp as the brakes you get in a car. For example, when you press the first 20%, you don't feel a lot of braking, but again, this is not a car, it's a pickup truck, so you have to expect that. But having said that, brakes are really good, well balanced. A few months ago, I also drove a 2018 Toyota HILUX, And having driven that and now coming back to this, you know, there you feel like the cabin is completely isolated from the outside world, and it feels like you're driving a car. You don't feel you're driving a pickup truck, whereas this is a lot more engaging. I would say this is fun to drive, and one of the main reasons has to do with the transmission. Any thoughts, Lairo?
Yes, even I've been driving this car, this cab for last 3 years. I never find this difficult to drive. Previously I used to drive a car coming back from automatic to manual. Yes, it is fun to drive.
Yes.
This is my daily driver.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And especially if you are coming back from a car, you can enjoy this manual transmission a lot, right? As a
Yes.
car enthusiast.
Yeah.
And it's not so difficult to maneuver in town as well, right?
Yes, so sometimes it is difficult to find a parking spot.
Yeah.
Other than that, I don't see any difficulty driving this car on city limits.
Yeah. So now we are doing 60 kilometers per hour, and as soon as you go past 60, I think due to the thickness of the tires, you can feel the tire noise up to some level, and you can definitely feel it. So that is something you'll have to bear in mind. But even driving at 60 kilometers per hour, the vehicle feels well stabilized, so that's something good. And we have 91 horsepower in this particular 3-liter 4-cylinder diesel engine, and you have more than enough punch to do your overtakings at high speed, so that is something cool. So I have a question for you, Laigo. In your opinion, and if the conditions were perfect, now it's raining, but if the roads were dry, how long you think it would take to reach to 60 kilometers per hour from zero?
I don't think
You've never tried it?
I don't have any idea about that, but probably maybe
We can try it now?
yeah, let's see.
Okay, cool. So we'll wait until the road clears a little bit.
Hold on.
Just one more 3-wheel. Finally we can go. Okay, it's doing 50s, 55, 60 finally.
15 seconds.
15 seconds. Not bad, not bad. I thought it was going to do quicker, but I was afraid I'm gonna have to lift off because there was this 3-wheeler in front of me, so I'm glad it reached 60. So 15 seconds. And I think it...
And I must mention you that this is not a turbo engine, not turbo 3-liter,
Yeah,
5L engine.
yes. So if we had the turbo version, it would have gone quicker, probably. But for day-to-day driving and to do your 4x4 stuff, this is more than enough in my opinion. And don't forget that in Mahindra Bolero truck, you know, in the cargo area you have to deal with rusting issues over time, whereas this, if you buy one in good condition and if you maintain it properly, you wouldn't have to deal with rusting issues as much. So that's a good takeaway. So in terms of the visibility, I get a good view from the front, but in A pillars you get a bit of blind spot, so you will always have to be careful when you are changing lanes, because there's quite a bit of blind spot there. But other than that, it is not as difficult as I thought to maneuver in town, and it is good when it comes to long distance journeys, but you have to bear the tire noise you are getting when you are going over long distance journeys. But apart from that, this has decent fuel economy, and overall a very good truck for someone who love 4x4 stuff while trying to daily drive. So yeah, we are going to wrap up the video here. Okay, shout out to Lahiri for letting us drive his beautiful HILUX, and I will put a link in the description for his social media accounts. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bro. Yeah, see you in the next one.